Well, Elaine, if we allowed laptops in here, you'd be updating yours right now, wouldn't you? As it stands, it's all square then. Both teams lost one brain from the final round. Our next head-to-head today could be another interesting one. Music. Who'd like to play this? And it can't be Elaine or Peter. They both play.
OK, looks like it's me on this one.
OK, Mandy, who would you like to play from the Eggheads? CJ and Chris have played, so it's Barry, Daphne or Kevin.
Not Daphne. I heard Daphne on Kerrang radio and she's lethal.
What did she say on Kerrang radio? I missed that.
Well, she went head to head with one of the presenters and she thrashed him.
Did you? What questions? Music questions?
Yes. Yeah. She knew the White Stripes albums, which, respect to Daphne.
Yeah. OK, well, so not Daphne then, because
Daphne.
she knows her music.
Try Barry? Yeah. I'll try Barry.
OK, you can try Barry. Let's have Mandy and Barry into the question room, please. Mandy, do you want to go first or second?
I'll go first, please, Dan.
Here we go. Which Italian composer has been jokingly referred to as Joe Green? Giacomo Puccini, Giuseppe Verdi or Antonio Vivaldi?
I know that Verdi is Italian for green, so I'm going to go with Giuseppe Verdi.
Giuseppe Verdi, Joe Green, yeah, that's the right answer, well done. Barry, what is the part of a piano's mechanism that actually strikes the string? Hammer, chisel or pestle? What is the part of a piano's mechanism that actually strikes the string?
Interesting to see a hammer that worked on a pestle basis. And the chisel is likely to break the string, so it's obviously the hammer.
Yeah, little hammer. Here's the right answer, yes. Well done, Barry. OK, Mandy, who won the Mercury Prize for Music in 2008 with their album The Seldom Seen Kid? Elbow, Radiohead or British Sea Power?
Sadly underrated. Until they won this award, it was Elbow.
You do know your stuff. It's the right answer, Elbow. Sadly underrated. Right, Barry, behind this chance to catch up then. In 1960, what was the first single by The Shadows to reach #1 in the UK? Riders in the Sky, Apache or Kon-Tiki?
I can still remember this one. I'm certain it was Apache.
Apache is the right answer, yes. Correct, Barry. So, Mandy, third question, always an important one. Which classical ballet features magical spirits ruled by a queen called Mirtha? Is it Swan Lake, Giselle or La Sylphide?
Don't recognise the name. Giselle has a sort of supernatural element, but I think that's ghosts rather than magical spirits. It's a bit of a guess. I'm going to go with La Sylphide.
La Sylphide. It is Giselle.
Yeah.
That's the ghosty magical bit. So a chance for Barry at this third question point, as I say, very often crucial. Barry, since 2005, which artist has released albums called Magic Time, Pay the Devil and Keep It Simple? David Gray, Elvis Costello or Van Morrison?
Oh dear. Not having heard of any of those albums, that makes this a bit of a lottery. I like Van Morrison music, and I've not heard of any Van Morrison recent albums entitled that. And for some reason I don't think it's Elvis Costello, so this is an out-and-out guess, and my apologies to my very learned opponent if I've got this right, but I'm going to go for David Gray.
No need to apologise, it's wrong. it's Van Morrison.
Oh, every time I say it.
Did you know that, Mandy?
I didn't. I might have guessed Van Morrison just because it didn't sound like either of the other two.
OK, well, very honest of you. Listen, I'm enjoying this round anyway, so I'm glad it's continuing. Sudden death, though, for the first time in the game, Mandy, means we remove, I'm sure as you know, I'm sure as Elaine has schooled you, we remove those choices, those multiple choices. So we've just got to hear an answer from you. Here we go. You fill up my senses like a night in the forest are the opening lines of which UK #1 hit single from 1974?
I believe that is Annie's song.
Is that your answer, Mandy?
That is my answer.
Annie's song is correct. You fill up my senses like a night in the forest. Just bonus, glory bonus point, Mandy, by
John Denver.
John Denver. Okay, knew it all there then. Right, Barry. Which 1980s pop production trio became known by the abbreviation SAW?
I'm trying to think of a trio from the 80s, and Bananarama's coming into my mind because Siobhan Fairy was one of the members, and that could be the S. I can't remember who the other two members were, what the A and W were, but as I've nothing else, I'll go for Bananarama.
Okay, Bananarama. Okay, I'm going to pause here and deliver my annual lecture in Eggheads on listening accurately to the question, which the Eggheads themselves are sometimes negligent about. Barry, which 1980s pop production trio became known by the abbreviation SAW? So not a band. It's in the question.
Stock Aitken Waterman.
Stock Aitken Waterman, he's got it. And there endeth the lecture. Listen to the question. Ha ha. But the good news being that it was an egghead who didn't listen, and it's a contestant who's going through to the final round. Mandy, we're having you in the final round. Well played. Would you both please come back and join your teams? This is getting lots better now, isn't it? As it stands, Chummy Brummies have lost 1 brain from the final round. The Eggheads have now lost 2 brains. Very careless. Right, last subject, another chance to knock one of these faltering, none-listening eggheads out. This subject is food and drink. Who'd like to play this? 2 of you left. It's Jan or Ed. Food and drink.